Voting taking place across the 70 constituencies of Delhi. Early voting, no long queues in most places. In Jamia and a few other areas, we've spotted long queues, but generally moderate voting in the early morning hours on this winter day. We're expecting Sonia Gandhi to come in a short while from now and cast her vote at the Nirman Bhavan voting booth. But a good point at which to bring in Manisha Priyam, senior academic and political analyst who's tracking this Delhi election for us. Manisha, before the break, we were looking at the Congress party. Yes, it's been edged out in this personality clash between Kiran Bedi and Arvind Kejriwal. But is that Congress vote critical? Because the sense is they got 24% of the vote in 2013 December. Came down to 16% in the Lok Sabha. But once they start declining, is that to the advantage of the Aam Aadmi Party? And is that what the BJP doesn't want? The BJP wants people, the traditional Congress voter, to come and vote for the Congress in this election. Will that make a difference?
In a sense, all of the questions that you ask are indeed the answers to the questions themselves. Yes, indeed, the Congress vote, traditionally the Congress has had 3 rounds at the Delhi Secretariat. Its chief ministers led not just 1 or 2, but three of those governments have been led by the Congress. So the decline, or literally the blowing up of the Congress vote bank, is indeed the question to be asked of Delhi in the times to come. And yes, indeed, it does seem to be going to the Aam Aadmi Party en bloc. I would say, however, that the caveat is that in the Lok Sabha elections in 2014, part of that Congress vote bank, the Dalits definitely, that the Congress have been wooing also in the last assembly elections, that went to the BJP. So I would say that the Delhi voter no longer is a vote bank, no longer a fixed deposit or an asset of this party or that. Right. They are looking for certain questions of their own, issues of their own. This is indeed an agenda-led city by far. So that's what we're seeing now.
Can I just hold you on that, because Aditi made an important point. Congress really seriously contesting about 31 seats, of which they've really focused on about 7 or 8 where they've had their big candidates. So Preeti, as you know, you wait there for Sonia Gandhi, who I'm told is coming there anytime. You've been tracking this election from the ground from day one, Preeti. Have you seen a large Congress presence on the ground, or is the Congress being reduced in this election to the B team of the Aam Aadmi Party?
Well, you know, Rajdeep, we've actually been tracking the election, and like you pointed out, at least we haven't seen too much Congress presence on the ground. Now, primarily, if we even give examples, like we just spoke to Kiran Walia, she might have us believe that Sheila Dikshit actually campaigned. We didn't see a single campaign, not a single rally, not a single sabha that Sheila Dikshit actually addressed and went, because we actually did want to try and follow her campaign on the ground, and every day we did try to reach her office, she was never campaigning. So when Kiran Walia said that she really wasn't. On the other hand, we were just speaking to Arvinder Singh Lovely, and I'll ask my camera person, Himanshu, to actually show you Mr. Lovely waiting for Sonia Gandhi. Kiran Walia has gone and sat back in her car. Also, Rajdeep, even if you see the kind of road shows Rahul Gandhi has taken on, clearly trying to only safeguard the territory which they already have. His last road show had started from Sadar, which is important because that's the constituency where Ajay Markan is standing from. From Sadar Bazaar, he went on to Chandni Chowk, Balli Maran, Matya Mahal, all 3 constituencies where the Congress out of the 8 have sitting MLAs on, and they want to retain their territory there. So other than that, we didn't even see Rahul Gandhi take on constituencies which really were not the Congresses. So yes, that mattered as well. And on top of it, Rahul Gandhi, many believe, the supporters, those who died in wool when it comes to Congress support, many believed that he came in once again too little, too late. They actually drew comparisons to Arvind Kejriwal. The voters there, when we spoke to them, they did say that Arvind Kejriwal's party was pretty much decimated, and if it wins, it's going to rise from the ashes, because everybody had written them off before the campaign in Delhi started. And the way he went out there, every day campaigning, holding multiple sabhas, multiple road shows, multiple rallies, maybe, possibly, Rahul Gandhi and the Congress could have taken a leaf out of the Aam Aadmi Party's book or Arvind Kejriwal there. Once again, I'm going to move out of the frame and we leave it to you, Rajdeep. This is, we're waiting for Sonia Gandhi, Kiran Walia waiting for Sonia Gandhi, Arvinder Singh Lovely, extremely nervous.
What we cannot wait for is advertisement breaks. Sonia Gandhi can be where we can wait for Sonia Gandhi. We can't wait to take an advertisement break, since they are critical for the future of news channels. And as I can see, there are now longer queues that are building up, particularly in some areas of Delhi. So that's a good sign. As we are saying, Higher voter turnout, the general belief is, will work to the advantage of the BJP. The lower voter turnout will work to the advantage of AAP. That's conventional wisdom. But conventional wisdom can also be thrown out of the window. It depends on which groups, which social groups are going to come out and vote today. That's going to be an important factor in this Delhi election. Let's take a break. Come back with plenty more on the Capital Showdown. Apparently, Sonia Gandhi takes precedence over advertisements is what my director now says. So let's go and find out. Sonia Gandhi is going out and voting, even though the Congress is in big trouble in this election. Okay, are we getting those pictures? Yes, we are. Preeti Chaudhary is still waiting. But she's been told that Sonia Gandhi is there, Preeti?
Yeah, we just saw her, Rajdeep. Her cavalcade just pulled in. We just saw her moving just about 5 seconds ago, right at the gates of Nirman Bhavan. Sonia Gandhi's cavalcade pulled in, and like a lieutenant, we saw Arvind, we saw Mr. Lovely walk up, escort her, and she's gone to cast her ballot. And right after that, of course, we'll see Kiran Walia, who's waiting. Those are the shots that we are getting, Rajdeep, where Sonia Gandhi has gone in. I'm sure you're getting that feed there, where she's gone in to cast her vote along with Arvinder Singh Lovely.